Hello, all of you Vainglorious, wonderful people, and welcome back to Cities, Cities Skylines. Right, what a way to flow an intro. How you doing? Greetings, welcome. So we're back over here in the industry section, just because that's kind of where the camera left off by default. Traffic still, it comes and goes. Somebody in the comments, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was, but somebody in the comments suggested connecting this little road straight to the highway, and that might help. We do have a lot of traffic that goes out from here. You can see I kind of already been looking at it. It goes out from here and then goes out this way and onto the highway. And not a whole lot, but we do have some. And we have some leaving that way. So basically they're going down and around and going back up. So maybe if I brought a ramp over and then kind of came into the second overpass, so that would be kind of silly. Just get rid of this one entirely. And then also had it, if I can get it to fit in another little tight thing right here, but that might be kind of tricky. Maybe we'd have to do that as a tunnel underneath the channel, which is a thing we could do. But I think this is probably not really helping all that much. Not a whole lot of people. You can see it's coming. You know, it comes and goes. Not a lot of the traffic's really even coming down on their highway, and what is coming back up here. So I don't know that coming out is what we need. I'm wondering if coming in might help. And instead of putting it down on this road right by the roundabout, that would just be a death sentence. Maybe coming off of this small road and letting them come across here, like bring an exit ramp off of this dude and come over to here. I just don't know what that would look like. I think it would look pretty terrible, but I'm willing to give it a shot. What I want to do now is just kind of let it run. We did just recover from that massive fire that you saw in the last video. I actually haven't played Cities Skylines in like a month. I tend to record a lot of these at once, so yeah. But in the last video, there was a huge fire over here, probably sparked by lightning, because we do get a lot of rain in this area. I could turn disasters off, but I kind of like playing with them on. You see, the traffic here is just really sporadic. Overall, the city traffic isn't bad. It's 86%. So even though this area is moving really slow, I mean, the rest of the town, I mean, you can see I know how to manage traffic. Again, we have places that are busy, but they're flowing. You know, and busy's fine. You know, that backs up a little bit, but they get out before they despawn, so we're good to go. What I think I'd really like to look at tonight is I've been kind of using a few areas as just a temporary dumping grounds for stuff. I'd like to find a new area for our utilities, because I eventually want to actually zone something here, and not just have it be utilities. It's just such nice land that I thought, you know, it needs to be used for something. You got the mountain view, you've got a river, or a stream and a river, and then a view of what will eventually be a big city. I originally thought maybe I could put it over here somewhere, but I don't want to clog this area up too much. This is going to be more transportation hub. Some of this back here is going to be some industry type stuff, with oil, and we may actually do the big city on this side and over here instead of over here. Haven't quite 100% decided that yet. So there's really not space over here to do my utilities. We have a lot of empty space out over here by the railroad tracks, but again, it's such good land that I'm hesitant to do that. We do have rail access here. We've got a little space here, but I thought this would look good with a nice little eco community, since we do have, there it is, the cable car that goes up to our national park that's struggling to get visitors, but it's slowly getting there. It's so remote. That's the main reason. But no matter where I look, I'm always like, "No, I don't want to use that land. That land's too nice. No, not this place either. This is too nice." And so it's been this struggle. So I think what I've come up with is we're gonna throw it over here somewhere. Um, we've got a relatively flat spot right here. Again, it's kind of a nice area, but it's so far removed from the rest of the town. I don't know how well this would perform. The only thing is there really no highway entrance and exit right here? There's one here, but I have a plan for this area. Another little community. I know, I just said it's far away and all that. But, now that I look at it, it only has like a couple of roads even coming on and off the highway. What is this? That's weird. It just has like a dirt road that just kind of stops there, and probably intended for another national park. A lot of places on this map that obviously were intended for the nature preserve. I keep calling them national parks, and I don't know why. Where does this road go? Up a dam, and then up here? Maybe? I don't know. Where does that go? Let's get our underground view here. Oh my gosh, yes, that circles all the way from over there, all the way up here to this tiny little dam into there. Man, that'd be one hell of an expensive tunnel. The observatory was originally up here, and I tore it down. I may eventually put it back. It was more round than that at one point. I'm not sure what happened. Also, random water tower up there that I can't click on. So, yeah, lots of choices to make, and I'd really like to get this power situation resolved. So, and there's no highway entrance or exit right here where I want to put it. This is like the perfect spot for it, and I really don't feel like doing a whole thing with the highway. So it comes through like that, around that way, around that way. I'm just trying to see if there's like a way I can bring it off of this and dump it back onto that, but then they would only be able to use that one highway. So that wouldn't really be beneficial. That's going to require a lot of surgery. That's more of a live stream type task. I am disappointed. Well, maybe we leave it alone for now and revisit the idea later. What if we just tucked it in right back here? Solar would not be right next to the mountains like that, though, Brandon. It needs to be a nice open flat area. Anyway, let's just go back to working on getting this area built up. I think that's a better plan. I think I kind of want to taper off to low density on the edge and high density out this way. This is going to be possibly more industry. It just depends on how our exports are looking, or sorry, our imports. I just don't like importing much stuff. I know it's one of these, and we're still importing quite a bit of our basic goods. Way too much, honestly. And if we can get rid of some of that, we will get rid of some of the traffic. There's so many misconceptions about how industry works, and how it impacts traffic out there in the wild. That's a little frustrating. I guess I was going to do low density along the river. It's kind of what it looks like I was going for. So I guess I'll stick to that plan and do high density stuff over there. Whatever. I'm flexible. So what do we want to do here? Probably just like some small little roads like this guy. And bring one in. What we'll do, before we do that, let's bring in kind of a, not a main road, but a larger road or street. And then we can run the smaller ones off of that. And if I put them closer together, we can actually get some smaller houses out of it, so that not everything's just a big, huge house. Though I wasn't quite hoping for that, but it's fine. That might be a little too close to the highway. They might complain about noise. We'll just have to keep an eye on it and see how it goes. We can go ahead and check noise. The only thing is, God, it is so noisy. This highway, if I'm not mistaken, the national highway doesn't have one with sound barriers. It doesn't. It's, where is it? It's this highway here. The 4-lane national highway. There is a 2-way highway, but it's only 2 lanes. I don't believe there is a 4-lane that has the sound barriers. There's not. So that's a little disappointing. And I like this little highway. It works really well. Just keep getting curious seeing it. Now that all that's come in, now they're all going back out. Anyway, stop, Brandon. Stop messing with it. Just go on about what you plan on doing today. Kind of thinking this probably needs to be upgraded into a larger road, just because it has 2 different highway access points. So I think what I'd like to do is from here on upgrade it to a bigger road here if I can get away with it. Space already occupied? Not anymore. There we go. I know if I said if I could get away with it, then I immediately used anarchy to get away with it, but the rest of it should upgrade fine without... Oh, we killed a rock. The rest of it should upgrade fine without having to use anarchy. I just think that this is probably going to carry a bit of traffic once we get everything in over here, so it's better to go ahead and get it upgraded now than deal with it later when it will impact our traffic. And then that'll allow me to bring some roads off of it. Like, I'd like one big kind of swoopy road here, and I want it to go... I want it to kind of like... kind of go throughout here and be like one connecting road. Like that, then we can do everything off of it. Mainly I want to make it all curvy so it's a longer route, so that people won't, coming down this way, won't see it as a shortcut. And it does work, believe it or not. So yeah, we're going, I guess this side can stay low density, but then man, the city's just over there. It just kind of seems weird, in my opinion. You guys already have water, so let's zone you. We do have the demand. Let's avoid messing up the shoreline. I know when I was editing the last video, I noticed I did like all 4 squares on a shoreline, and I bet if we go over there and look at it now, that shoreline's all ugly and blocky. It was over here. Yeah, see, when they start building houses, it loses, like, that's a smaller house, the shoreline's still nice. But then here's a larger house, you can see it raised it up, same thing there. I don't like that. It's just not, it's not a nice look. God, this is so busy. Is it traffic that's changing lanes that's causing me my problem? Interesting. It's not that. Left-hand turns here, causing a bit of an issue. Which, I was afraid they were going to use that instead of coming this way. So, let's manage some traffic here real quick. What we're going to do is say no lefts. It's just straight, that's a straight through. Straight through only. So if you want to go to this side, you go this way. If you want to go to this side, you go that way. And that should take some of that traffic off. Unless, of course, they just come down here, go around the roundabout, and turn left and come back out. Which, you know, this is City Skylines, so let's be honest, it could happen. I see another problem as well. This is saying they can turn left out of both lanes. No, one right, one left. And hopefully that will take care of some of that issue. And then I think we'll make this a right only, just so anybody turning right has that dedicated lane. And straight through traffic, I keep forgetting to right click. Straight through traffic will know to get into that lane. So, and then one last thing I want to do is tell these people, pick your lane when you come out. Don't change lanes after. And I may even, like, force them to stay in the lane. Like this guy, I think he's wanting to get in the far lane. Yep, that's why he hesitated so long. Anybody, so, but then you see immediately, and there's the problem. He spent all that time holding up traffic only to merge back over. So if I tell these dudes, stay in your freaking lane, then they should stay in their freaking lane. But what I need to make sure is, even though I told them to pick the lane, I'm just going to be certain they realize that both are an option. There we go. And then here, we're just going to tell these dudes, just Same lane. I would use the Control S, Shift S, whatever it is, but I don't really care what the other side's doing right now, unless they become an issue. There. So now pick your lane when you come out, and then stay in it. And that's your choice. Let's make sure these dudes know that they too can pick a lane. They can go there. Let's just set up the whole damn thing, shall we? I don't want that lane turning right as well as going straight. So you can go there only. Cool. And that gets that set up and should help it flow a little bit more intelligently. I don't usually like doing that much nitpicky stuff. Sorry about my squeaky chair. But yeah, look, it's already done. Just sorting them out with all that lane switching has solved a lot of that. Which should hopefully allow the traffic to flow in not such a fit and start method and wind up with so much backed up. Because what we were getting was once they would get clear, a bunch of cars would come out and then they would all hit this. So if we can get it to where they're all spaced out a little more organically, then we should be in better shape. Why are you guys still yielding for this, even though you've got that? That's peculiar. No one wanting to use this lane, which doesn't surprise me because they're all wanting to go back into industry. Maybe we should have something here that goes up and around and into here. Just to pull a little bit of traffic off of that. Might not be a bad idea. We'll keep an eye on it. Anyway, back to what we were doing. I built like 10 houses and then got distracted. And I don't know why I'm even worried about it. Overall, in the town, my traffic's fine. So, like, why am I getting all bent out of shape about it? Because it's an area that I can fix. I just haven't found the magic bullet for it yet. I'm not going to zone that side. And I'm not going to zone... I really hate to leave that much empty. Yeah, I'm not going to zone that. We'll just put a park there or something. Like a small little park. Whoops. Like a dog park. Dog park would go really well right there. No, it's too big. What about the small playground? Will it fit there? No, it is also too big. Fine, you get a bouncy house. Oh my god, they're all too big. A tea garden. You get a Japanese tea garden. All right. Those usually work better for commercial, but whatever. We're going to go with it. Oh, listen to them upgrade. They're so happy to have their tea garden. So in here, we kind of want to do more just small. Do we, though? I'm okay with high-rises in through here, but they don't have to be big, like the big high-rises. You can get pretty small, high-density buildings. So maybe we do that instead. Let's have it overlap just a little bit here. Just a little. Can you come through here? Can you fit through there anywhere? If I bring you in a really tight turn right here, you're not wanting to cooperate. Wait, right? Yeah, you're just not wanting to cooperate. Let's turn off all my snapping so I can get a little bit more of a free flow going here. Come on. No, your distance isn't too short. Like right there. What is the pillar in the way? Look, if that big highway can get into there, so can you. There we go. No. Nope. Right there. Haha, gotcha. And then grab that and continue on around. Cool. And then what I'd like it to do is connect right over here like that. Cool. And that way these dudes have a couple different ways to get through, which will be helpful. Or dudettes. It might be girls driving, you know. I'm not trying to be sexist here. It's just kind of a generic term, dude. And then we'll fill all this stuff in like so. Again, just keeping them smaller. Let's do a road that goes here and then reconnects again to give them a few choices for their traveling needs. And we'll come off kind of straight on a few of these. In fact, it's not perfectly straight, mind you, but the suggestion of straight. You know, just kind of an end block here that I can connect with like a walking path or something. I think that'd be kind of nice just to have like a walking path between all those and then bring one of them out. So that if we have like a bus stop or something like that over here, that would work. Okay, I want it curved, whatever. So it kind of isn't so blocked. There we go, and then from this middle bit, we'll come right out to that road. That works for me. Just a nice little thing there. I kind of wouldn't mind having some parks in here, though. Mainly because you want some parks. I want a large playground. I never do a large playground. Let's give them a large playground. And then let's do the big park with trees that takes up all the big, huge space. But it's going to make this area kind of nice. And then I think if you're really clever with your paths, I'm pretty sure you can connect these. Yeah. There we go. That way they can actually get through those parks. Granted, it's two different train types. You can edit those, but I'm not going to nitpick that much with it. So then what I'd like to do is run a road kind of by that. Do I want a four-way intersection here? Sure, why not? What we'll do is bring this down here, and then we'll bring that path out to... No, see, you can do this, I promise. There we go. See, you just got to get the right angle on it, and it'll do it. Without anarchy. I didn't turn anarchy on the whole time. So then I want to kind of follow this curve here. Roughly, it doesn't have to be exact. Just trying to avoid too much grid on this side. Since there's so much nature over here, I thought it would be better to have some more organic shapes. Is that, if that's even what I want to go for. And I may just do just trees right here. Just kind of fill in this little area with just some trees or maybe a bit of water. Could we get a bit of water in there, you think? Let's be really, really, really careful with it. Let's first of all remember how to use the tools. Uh-oh. There, that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, where'd it go? I'm so smart sometimes. So I don't want single, and I don't want my brush strength up that high, and I want it to be soft. I just want to push down just a little bit here to where I get, well, I push too much. I want a flat area in the bottom of it. Okay, and then if I can grab that and then level to that. And come up right to the edge of the park, right up to the edge of the road, and as long as I keep the water volume really low, which you can set with the water tool, it shouldn't, fingers crossed, flood. I mean, you just drive by a nice little pond full of what will soon be dead trees. Because the trees die once they've been submerged for too long. Ooh, that'll go right to the park? No, I don't like that. No. Let's grab that. I would like it a little closer to that edge, but not actually impacting that path. Come on, give me some of this without taking out the park itself. No? Okay, that's fine. Alright, so water tool. Grab this dude, go water capacity real low. Like real low. Like 0.15. And then pause because you want to put this down and then go back in and grab it. And then bring its water level down to right about the edge of where it will overflow. It may overflow initially just a little bit, but it will settle down pretty quick. So then you unpause, and then boom, the water appears. So it'll take a minute for the water to settle. It may not actually overflow. I may have gotten it without overflowing. That's a nice looking area. I dig it. I don't dig that traffic. I'm gonna quit looking at it. I just obsess over traffic. And I don't know why, because I'm good at managing traffic in this game. Some people in the comments, I'm sure, will disagree. Everybody has their own thoughts and opinions about what is actually best in City Skylines. And that's fine. But where it goes wrong is that different people build different styles of cities. So what might work in one won't work in the next one. So what might work in your city may just destroy mine. You know, so you gotta really kind of find that balance. Yeah, there are some general best practices that you can put into use, but there is no one, you know, as we said earlier, magic bullet that fixes things. I kind of like this. I mean, some nice high rises right here around this park, but they're not going to be huge high rises because they're all limited to these smaller plots of land. Believe it or not, there are single tile high density residential. My brain's not braining. I've been doing too much in Satisfactory lately. And if you're like, wait, what? You play Satisfactory? I've never seen that on your YouTube channel. You're right, you haven't. Except for in the Twitch archives. I only stream it. It's not a game that, for me, I've tried to do a video series on it. I actually recorded like 3 or 4. And I just didn't like the way they turned out. I try to keep my videos around 30 minutes at most. Which this one's coming up on that pretty quick. And you just can't get a lot done in Satisfactory in 30 minutes without really highly editing things. And for a Let's Play style video, I don't like to do a lot of heavy editing. So, it's not that I'm being lazy. It's just not my preference. Can we get through the autosave, please? Thanks. It's just not my preference. So, I tend to avoid games that don't translate well on YouTube. But come hang out with me on Twitch sometime, where we can play a lot of Satisfactory. I've been playing a lot of it recently. So we got that zoned in. I do like this little park, and I kind of want to get like a nice shot of it here. It's a lovely little park, and I dig it. But I think that is going to do it for today. I think that's enough, and like I said, we're nearly 30 minutes, so we're going to wrap it up. So, until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.